folks, Tom Vasel here. Welcome to Week in Review. This is a video we do every week where we talk about all the different videos we put out over the past week, tell you what we think of them, and then if you want to see the whole video, all you gotta do is click the links below. Let's get started.
Hey everybody, Z Garcia here. Last week I put out a new board game blender and I did a few reviews. So here we go. I reviewed Arkham Horror 3rd Edition. I gave this a 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was better than the previous big games in that line, Eldritch Horror, Arkham Horror 2nd Edition, even Mansions of Madness, but it's still not amazing. They did not get the length down. It's still very procedural. There's still a lot of sort of downtime. The choices you make to the number of things that are just upkeep seems to be off. But there is a solid story there, and it is an engaging game if you allow that story to work on you, so I did enjoy that. I reviewed Small Islands. I gave this an 8 out of 10. This one is a tile laying game with a little sort of, manipulation of resources going on those islands, and then trying to get scoring opportunities set up for yourself. I really like it. It's bright, vibrant. It looks good. It plays quickly. It's a very attractive family weight tile laying game. I reviewed Just One. This is a party game. I rate this a 9 out of 10, a fantastic party game in which you are all trying to give, it's actually a cooperative party game. You're all trying to give one person clues so they figure out a word that's missing. But you want to be careful. You're not giving the exact same clue as someone else or you'll cancel each other out. Clean, straightforward, very, very engaging, just fantastic. Highly recommend it. And then lastly, I reviewed Imperial Settlers Amazon, the latest expansion to Imperial Settlers. I rate this a perfect 10 out of 10 because, well, I love the game for one thing, but this faction is my favorite out of all of them. All the ones that came in the base game, all the expansion factions. It is so engaging. It's mechanically rich, but also has a great flavor. Just supremely good stuff. So definitely check it out if you like the base game. And that's it for me. I'll see you next time.
Hey folks, welcome back to another Week in Review. Did 2 reviews for you this week. One was for a game called Lincoln by PSC Games and Worthington Games. And this is a kind of a grand scale card-driven area control game that's centered in the Civil War. And it is North against South, 2-player game. Really fun game. I enjoyed it a lot. I gave it a 7 out of 10, so go check that review out for more details. Also did a review for a game called Valhalla that just recently funded on Kickstarter, and I got an advanced copy of the game, and so some of the stuff that's in the review might be kind of prototype-ish because I did get an advanced copy, but really enjoyed this one as well. A great little card Viking game. Gave it an 8 out of 10, so check that review out for more details as well. Also did 2 What's in There videos for a couple of expansions for Small Star Empires. Now, Small Star Empires, I gave a 5 out of 10. It was just neither here nor there. It's kind of an abstract strategy type game that had a theme wrapped around it, but also had a lot of take that elements to it too, and I just didn't really enjoy it that much. But the Galactic Divide, one of the expansions that I did this week, actually raises my rating of that game to a 6 out of 10 because I really enjoyed what that expansion added to it. Check out the video for more. Then I did another one for the other expansion that's currently out right now called Dawn of Discoveries, and this one is more of a Euro gamey type expansion to it. Adds some kind of Euro elements to the game, and I wasn't as enamored with it, but it's still a good expansion. It adds some pretty neat stuff to the game, so check those out. And then I also did a Token Punch lunch with myself and my contributors, and we put that together for you. A lot of great stuff in that one as well, so go check that out. That's it for me this week. We'll see you guys on the flip side.
Okay, so for me, Skylands from Queen Games. It looks like an Avatar theming, right? But it's like a mix of Carcassonne with a couple other games. It just doesn't come together very well at all. Was not really a fan of this one. It just felt too convoluted, and the actions weren't that interesting. Tomato. This is a really simple, weird game where you're just saying tomato, tomato, potato a bunch of times in a row. It's funny the first couple times, but I think it doesn't have staying power. Get Packing. This is a game in which you are going to be putting toys in a suitcase, but they're, it's basically Tetris-type shapes. It's interesting. It's a puzzle that multiple people play, and for that, I don't think it works as well as it could. It works. I think it could have been better. Flick Flack, this is where you are putting tiles on a cow, trying to form spots on the cow. It's really simple for kids. They will enjoy it. Word Around 2 has a word written in a circle. First person to read it wins. Sounds a lot simpler than it is. But it's a clever little game. It's the same as Word Around, just more words. Cake Duel. This is an interesting two-player game with beautiful production. It's essentially a two-player version of Coup, where you're just trying to outguess the other person, trying to steal their cake. Cake. I also took a look at the new Meeple Circus expansion, which adds some more things, a balancing guy, a guy who you can flip, just a little bit more stuff. You put it in Meeple Circus, you'll never even know it was an expansion. Fluff, this is one of the newest versions of Liar's Dice. Doesn't really add anything super new to the table, a few minor rules modification, but it's one of the best productions of Liar's Dice there is. Neom, this is a city building game, a drafting game where you take some tiles and pass them around. It really feels kind of like Seven Wonders, the board game. I would have even given it a higher rating. I just didn't like these tiles that kind of attack other players. There's a few of those in the game, but other than those, I enjoyed pretty much everything else. Smartphone Inc. This is great. I think it's a cool theme where you're producing smartphones all over the world. It has a really neat concept where you have two tiles and you're placing these tiles on each other to determine what kind of actions you will take this round. It's a very smart economic game. Very impressive. And Franchise. This is from Queen Games. This is a no-luck game as you build franchises out, trying to cut each other off, almost like a slow version of the bike race in Tron in a sense. You're coming around and trying to... It has a strict economy. I was very impressed with this one. A lot of nice, meaty decisions in a game that's really not too complex, but feels deeper than it does when you first take a look at it. And I also like the 1960s motif where you're building these franchises. We also did our top 10 games of all time. We did it live. Thanks for those of you who came and watched that. A few other videos that went up over the course of this week. Check them out. Until next time, though, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching Week in Review on the Dice Tower.